All right, Miami Dolphin fans, here we go. A brand new season, and Dolphins gets a victory to start out the 2015 campaign. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Michael Fletcher, a longtime, die-hard Miami Dolphin fan, and welcome to the recap of what will now become a Miami Dolphins weekly video. Each week, I will be recapping a Dolphin game basically throughout the season from now until basically as far as Miami Dolphins goes this season. Hopefully, I'll be doing this from all the way from tonight to Super Bowl 50 and possibly a third Vince Lombardi championship trophy, the first one since 1973 for your Miami Dolphins. All right, so let's break it down. Let's get right into it. As the Miami Dolphins today took on the Washington Redskins, as it was the first game of the 2015 NFL season. And when it was all said and done, the Miami Dolphins won the game by the final score of 17-10 over a very gamed Washington Redskins. And it was basically a tale of two halves, to say the very least. Washington jumped out to a 10-0 lead right off the bat, as basically Washington had the ball first, drove it down the field on a 12-play, 53-yard drive that culminated with with a field goal attempt that was good from 45 yards out, and that gave Washington a 3-0 lead. Unfortunately, Miami did not do anything on their first possession, practically went three and out, basically wait three and out, and that gave Washington the ball back. And then a long sustaining drive for the Redskins. They started at their own 23, got it all the way down to the Miami 27-yard line. Basically it was a 10-play 50-yard drive. They went for the field goal and missed. Big break for the Miami Dolphins on that one. It remained a 3-0 lead. Then later in the period, I should say, the Dolphins get an opportunity to get the ball back, practically does nothing with it, and it was basically a punt situation. Washington gets the ball back, starts it at their own 20-yard line. They try to move it down the feet. They moved it down the field a little bit, but it was stopped and dead in the water because Brent Grimes gets his first INT of the season. Basically, that puts Miami in position. They get the ball basically at the 12-yard line of the Washington Redskins. And unfortunately, Dolphin fans, Miami just could not do anything with it. We lost Deion Sims to a head injury. He did not return. And then Ryan Tannehill tries to move the team down the field, but they turn it over on downs. And that gives Washington the opportunity, as basically late in the first half, they move it downfield, a precision drive, a 17-play, 88-yard drive, takes 8:49 from the clock, and it ended with Kirk Cousins finding Carrier for the actually it was I'm sorry, Kirk Cousins finding Jordan Reed for a 4-yard touchdown that gave Washington a 10-0 lead. But Miami got a chance to utilize their 2-minute offense. Ryan Tannehill was then got persistent, got moved the ball downfield, gets it to Rashad Matthews for a 3-yard touchdown pass, and it was 10-7 going into halftime. Miami gets the ball first in the second half. They try to move it downfield. Then Ryan Tannehill fumbles the football, recovered by the Washington Redskins. That basically ends any hope of a drive or anything like that. Next thing you know, then it was basically trading of punts. Washington had it, they punted. Miami had the ball, they punted. Washington again had possession. They basically had a punt on a 5-play drive. Miami gets the ball, starts the the third quarter with it. Tannehill drives the ball. They get it to about the 40-yard to Washington 40. That ends the period. They get it. They move it again downfield, get it close enough. And Andrew Franks, the new Miami place kicker, hits a 22-yard field goal. That basically ties the game at 10-10. Then the big blow for the Redskins and celebration time for the Miami Dolphins fans, because after a 3-and-out by Washington, they punted away. Jarvis Landry takes it 69 yards to the house for the touchdown. That gives the Dolphins a 17-10 lead. Then after that, basically Washington tried to move the ball downfield. They tried to throw for a pass intended for Pierre Garçon. Bruce McCain, the new acquiree from the Baltimore Ravens, makes an unbelievable one-handed interception. Yes, he did in fact stay in bounds and was able to keep the ball in possession. Basically, they had to review that upstairs, but it was all good from our vantage point. The Dolphins gets the ball. Then, unfortunately, Miami couldn't do anything with that. Washington had one last chance to possibly try to make a play out of it. Unfortunately, does not do anything with it. The Dolphins Tannehill just sits on the ball, and the game is over. The Dolphins wins the first game of the season by the final score of 17-10. And let's go into the stats. Ryan Tannehill was 22 of 34, 226 yards with a touchdown. He did fumble, and he also was sacked 3 times. I know a lot of Dolphin fans were not happy with Tannehill's performance. The running game was kind of non-existent today. Lamar Miller, 13 carries for 53 yards. Jarvis Landry had 1 run, which was a beautiful end around. That got for 14 yards. Tannehill had 3 rushes for 7 yards as well. The receiving core, basically, it was Jordan Cameron made his Miami Dolphin debut. Did all right. I mean, he was targeted 7 times, caught 4 passes for 73 yards. Jarvis Landry, other than the big touchdown that he had 8 catches for 53 yards. He was targeted 12 times. Rashad Matthews with the lone touchdown for the Dolphins today. 4 catches for 34 yards. Greg Jennings also making a Dolphin debut, regular season debut. 3 catches for 29 yards. Lamar Miller had 1 catch for 22. Kenny Stills, 1 catch for 12 yards in the game as well. And then as far as the Miami Dolphins defense went, they got 1 sack. That was actually Jordan Phillips who had the sack, and 2 interceptions credited in this game as well. 1 went to Brent Grimes, 1 went to and the other one was Bruce McCain, who got an INT in the game as well. Basically, it was a bend not break for the Miami defense. Offensively, they did all right. I mean, I think a lot of Dolphin fans can really say it was definitely not the best performance, especially after Miami was so efficient in the preseason. For the losing Washington Redskins, Kirk Cousins had 21 of 31, 196, had a touchdown but 2 INTs, and his quarterback rating was 38.4. His QBR, I should say, was 38.2, and he made about 68% of his passes in the game. Basically, Alfred Morris absolutely torched Miami, man. That was practically one of the Achilles heels of Miami. Their run defense was really, their run defense got smoked. Let's just say it, guys. We got smoked. 25 carries, 121 rushing. Matt Jones was 6 for 28. Chris Thompson had only 3 carries for 11 yards. And then receiving wise, Pierre Garçon had 6 catches for 74 yards. Jordan Reed, 7 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown. Andre Roberts, 3 catches for 36 yards. Ryan Grant had 1 catch for 15 yards. And that basically was all that she wrote in that game as well. Basically, the defense for Washington, I mean, they had 3 sacks in the game. One was by Jordan Hatcher, the other one by Pat Riley Jr., and Duke Encino also got a sack. Half sack. Preston Smith got one. And then they actually did a half for Chris Baker and for Ryan Kerrigan. They all got half a sack in the game as well. So basically, the Miami Dolphins does get the first win of the season. Not in spectacular fashion, but hey, we'll take it any way we can get it. And the Dolphins are now 1-0, and now they move. They go on the road next week. We play the Jacksonville Jaguars. We play the Jacksonville Jaguars next Sunday, 4:05 kickoff on your local CBS affiliate. And right now, just to give you a little bit of the latest line, the Miami Dolphins are now considered a 6-point favorite going into next week's game. Jacksonville did suffer a loss today as they were defeated by the Carolina Panthers by the final score of 20-9. So we will see what Miami does. Definitely a rebound game is definitely within the works. I think a lot of Dolphin fans would definitely hope to see Miami do a better performance, and hopefully Miami does ride the ship. There was one concern about possibly a possible suspension for Ndamukong Suh. I hope not. I mean, it didn't look that blatant. It didn't look bad, but because of his past reputation, who knows what's going to happen there. But we will wait and see. When it comes to the league, they said that they're reviewing it tonight, and we might get something either Monday or Tuesday, possibly on any disciplinary action for Ndamukong Suh. Supposedly, he kicked Alfred Morris's helmet. Like I said, it wasn't flagged during the game. I hope they don't suspend them. That would be absolutely BS in my mind. But we'll wait and see what happens there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you do like it. Give me your comments about the Dolphins. What was your feeling about the Miami Dolphins performance? And until then, I'll see you guys right back here 1 week from today. You know the routine. Hug the hand pounds. I am out. So long for now. And have a good night, everybody.